TNSA.
What's up, everybody?
What are you on there for?
New Scott Road Trips, first edition, right?
trials.
New Scott Adventures.
New Scott Adventures, episode 1.
Episode 1, season 1.
That's me. What's your favorite wrestling story, Dave?
Of mine or
Yeah,
of
yours?
favorite wrestling story? Probably the day I picked up Samoa Joe at the airport, and him and Matt Seidel, and I decided just to park right in front of the airport, run in thinking they'd just be right there. And I went in, and Matt Seidel was there, but Samoa Joe was stopped at customs, and he was there forever. And when he finally came out, we're like, all right, let's go. And we went out, and my car was up in a tow truck. They were towing my car away.
Oh, no.
So I was like, no, stop. And there was a rather butchy lady doing it. And I was like, I swear to God, I was just picking up some wrestlers. I'm so sorry. And she's like, wrestlers? Like Bret Hart wrestlers? I was like, yeah, these guys wrestle like down like for WWE and stuff. And she's like, oh, my son used to be a referee. All right, put it down. And Samoa Joe was just dying laughing. So anyway, that's my funny story.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I remember getting a flat tire in the ring truck. Way back when.
That's your
in the
favorite
middle of
story?
nowhere. No, I'm just trying to remember.
My favorite story sucks.
Yeah.
There's a Facebook page now for Wrestle.net alumni, and we all chat and stuff on
That's
it.
so funny.
But at the end of the year, they would take the top 5 players from each Fed, and they'd have a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Well, one last thing. The most role-played day ever it's called the Damien Cage Locker Room Saga. And if you Google it, I bet you anything you can find it. They started as a joke on me because I pissed someone off, so they started the role play taking over my locker room, and every fucking player in the game got involved. And to this, well, it's no longer a thing anymore, but it held the record for most posts for something. The Damien Cage Locker Room Saga.
He's Googling it right now. Let's see if we can find it.
Well, probably not, because that was back in GeoCities and all that crap. But
Oh, that's Matt.
Damien Cage,
Chelsea
Cage with a K.
Damien Cage locker room said now it exists.
It might say page expired or something.
Yeah, maybe.
No, it's there.
No way.
September 13th, 2006, baby.
There you go.
Okay, I'm updating Dr. A's bio and profile once again to take him through the latest plot developments, notably the 2 Dr. Abortion saga.
Dr. Abortion was the wrestler.
Dr.
finally explains
Abortion.
the whole new
Wow.
face
Naked
thing.
Man's.
Naked Man.
There was
What kind of
Philly,
E-Fed was this?
Philly Fats was one of the lead guys. But yeah, man. And I had a
That's
fake
amazing.
wife. Her name was Solar
Yes,
Cage.
yes, I've done it. Mwahaha. At least the Dr. Abortion Flash video site has been updated for the first time since 2003-ish.
Yeah, man.
He's looking at it too.
Crazy.
Ricky's got it.
Damien Cage.
Yeah, December 25th, 2005. Gasp. It takes a lot of work to actually update crap. I mean, as soon as you can change something, you have to change all the links that went to it.
Well, I don't know why
You have to
you're
change-
reading. I have no idea what that is. But yeah, that's EFED.
Despite how much Orion Pax might sound like suck.
Here it
to
is,
you.
Damien Cage Locker Room Saga. Now it exists. There's a link to it.
It went on for like ever. And I would add, we'd add on to it stuff, and it became so ridiculous. Like one person, because once someone role plays, you have to play off what they do, and they would make me invisible. They made me green. I'd have to role play myself out of it. And, oh my God, had nothing to do with wrestling.
Greetings, bitches. Character update. Naked Man with knife is still around
Naked
in
Man.
Brussels, UCE. Now with super minimum activity. He's pretty much only there to hang out.
That's funny that
Homeless Jay.
you heard WrestleNet. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Wrestle.net.
So this is now Wrestle.net. You can buy the domain. Let me see.
Oh dear.
You can buy the domain, the first search.
Oh,
okay, man.
yeah.
Someone buy that right now. We're bringing it back.
love, like, back in the day when, just before internet and all stuff, you knew a wrestling tape was coming out, the movie rental place.
The VHS,
And
yeah.
you go down and you reserve it.
Yeah.
And then if they had the poster on the wall, whoever got there first, they'd put your name on the back of the poster so you would get it.
I used to go, and if it was already rented and I knew it was coming back that day, I would go to the video store and wait outside and check every time someone dropped a movie off to see if it was there.
Well, I'm back in the day too, where we used to trade tapes.
Oh yeah,
In the back of the wrestling magazines, people would post what they'd have, and you would mail your VHS tapes to each other.
Yeah, well, I did the exact same thing. That's how I got a lot of the stuff that I got from way back then.
Yeah.
I got rid of them all because I transferred them all to DVD. But there was a guy locally who used to buy everything online, and I filmed all the local shows.
Yeah.
So he didn't have a way to copy them, so I would copy the local shows for him, and he would lend me the tapes he would buy, and I would copy them for myself, and then I would give them back, and it would just go and go and go and go.
Yeah. I think I was the only one in my group of friends that liked wrestling.
Yeah.
So it was hard to find people to watch it with me. My aunt had one of those great big ass satellite dishes, so she used to get the pay-per-views. Back then it was only $5 a year.
Yeah.
But we'd all go up to her house and watch the pay-per-view.
Yeah, no, I never grew up with anybody that watched wrestling either. When I went to like live shows, like WWE when they came here, it was just like me and my mom, or me and somebody else. Even when I went to my first indie show, I didn't know there's nobody to come with me. My girlfriend at the time came with me because I didn't know anybody that liked WWE. Damn sure wasn't getting somebody to come to Grand Prix at the Forum, or the multi-purpose center. So.
I still remember the first WWF VHS that I bought. It was a Hulk Hogan wrestling interview, and it was VHS long. And my mother said we could pick between that or a movie. I think it was called The Penguin and the Stone or something along those lines. And I cried to my sister, like, I really want to get the Hulk Hogan. And anyway, I bought that Hulk Hogan, and I never forgot that. And I feel bad to this day that I didn't buy that Penguin movie.
You should find it now and buy it for her for Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the first wrestling tape I ever bought was NWA War Games. It had 2 War Games matches on it, and it was at like Kmart for like $7 after Christmas one year. And that was the first wrestling tape I ever bought. The first WWF VHS tape I ever bought was WrestleMania 5, and I still have both of them. To this day.
I remember renting tapes all the time, but the first one I bought was
I used to ask the video store if I could buy them.
Yeah.
As a kid.
I believe it was called The Big Event.
Oh yeah,
Was that Hogan
and Paul Orndorff. It was in Toronto.
Right, it was in Toronto.
Yeah.
And because it was on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So that's why I bought it.
Funny story about that. Griff Henderson, the host of the radio station we're listening to right now, sent me a message we weren't friends on Facebook or anything, sends me a message to Harold saying, "Hey New Scott, I'm wondering if you have The Big Event for sale." I'm like, how does he know who I am? I guess he goes, I ended up talking to him, and after he goes to all the local shows and everything.
He does.
Yeah, I had no idea. Yeah. I actually heard him on the radio mention he had a wrestling VHS collection, and I kept meaning, I didn't know how to get in touch with him, so I was going to message the radio station Facebook page and be like, hey, I'm wondering if you have any of those tapes for sale. This was yesterday, and he told me that he sold a bunch of them 8 years ago, but he has some now, and he's going to send me a picture of what he has to see if he has anything.
Sweet.
I'm like, that's hilarious. I'm like, I had absolutely no idea. I didn't know he went to the shows or anything like that. Like him and like the mayor of where I live, I talked to in the last 2 days about going to shows.
Do you remember of toys that you had that were like wrestling related but not actual wrestlers or the ring? I remember having a Hulk Hogan figurine that was a water gun that you pushed behind him and he'd squirt water out of his mouth.
Oh my god.
I don't think I had anything like that.
And I also had a Hulk
Maybe
Hogan
like a water bottle. And got rid of everything else.
Keep your camera rolling. We'll interview the toll booth operator.
Sounds good.
Attendance operator.
I did this once before, and the guy sitting in your seat claimed he was being kidnapped by us, and the lady laughed at him.
Should we try it again?
The video's on YouTube. it was Steen was driving.
Of course, I was going to say.
And Vinny Clyde was the guy that was being kidnapped. And me and Cinder were in the back.
Just for a reminder to New Scott video fans, it's now 9:25 on the exact dot. In the car we have driving, Lincoln Steen. Sitting beside me, Disco Ben. Behind me, not so Disco Craig. And on the camera, New Scott.
I'm gonna have a better name than Not So Disco Craig.
Well, I got anything on the fly.
I guess that means New Scott's like somewhat Disco New Scott.
Yeah,
Somewhat Disco. Middle of the road Disco New Scott. Sometimes disco, sometimes not Disco New Scott.
Okay.
how's it going this evening?
I've been kidnapped. Call 911.
Shut up, you.
He's laughing at you, but you're
Have a great
serious.
one this evening.
Rotting
I
hell.
told you wouldn't be hot. Oh, nothing to hope for that one.
Burning hell.
Here we go.
Here we go.
can always
We're
ask
live.
you.
I'm live at the Comic Wit.
There's no snow. Well, there is snow.
How's the angle there, Ricky? I can't see.
Oh, careful.
Just hold it there.
Oh yeah, I got her, Pontiac.
All right.
I have to pee.
Hello.
I can't even see them.
Are you a wrestling fan?
Yeah.
What's your favorite wrestling memory? We're doing a video.
Probably the Titans won the championship at Newbury Wrestling, and Riddick Stone came and
He's a maritime.
You're a maritime wrestling fan.
That's amazing. Did he say Riddick Stone and Titus? At Newbury.
You should have asked for a free toll.
That's amazing.
I'm the man! I'm the predator! And I'm on top of the food chain here!
Colt Cabana comes here. I interviewed Colt in like 2004, text-based, right? Yeah. So Colt gets here. I never introduced myself as New Scott. I introduced myself, hey, I'm Harold. How you doing? We sit down and we talk wrestling the whole night, and take a picture with him, like I do. And I tweet it out. He writes back to everybody, not just me, to all his followers. He writes back. I saved this tweet because it's hilarious. He's like, "You're New Scott? The only thing I knew about maritime wrestling was New Scott, and you don't even come up and introduce yourself as New Scott." I'm like, why in a million years would I ever think Colt Cabana would remember
That's your brand.
or know who I am? So the next time he came back, immediately went up to him and was like, "Hey, I'm New Scott," and he laughed so hard. Made me a Christmas video this past year, and he's Jewish. Like Matt Seidel and M-Dog were in the video too. Like, so it was just pretty cool, right?
Hello, Maritimes Wrestling and New Scott people. What are you even? You got people? I don't know. Merry Christmas. It's Colt Cabana. I'm on the beach of Puerto Rico with my friends M-Dog, Matt Seidel, and New Scott made me do this, so I'm doing it. Why would I even wish you a Merry Christmas? I'm Jewish. It just makes no sense.
That's it.
Yeah. Can't touch that.
Hey.
Hey.
It's actually on the board, on the wall right there.
What's this, Jeff?
See the red?
Just fucking Jeff on the oral.
Fuck. Special. Hour of Underworld, Jeff? Seriously?
What are we talking about?
Wait, give me that. Hey, hand it over.
This guy.
Hand it over. Jeff, you're 17.
Please wait till you hit puberty first.
Where'd you get that?
17.
Where'd you get that, Jeff?
Your mother and I are
Popeyes.
disappointed in you.
It's true.
And what's this for, huh? You're
Oh, fuck, that's what that's for,
Jeff, if you want this right here, cut this and this out, okay? Say this shit, Jeff. I'm fired up.
I gotta calm him down every time you get him upset for
That's what happened.
Awesome. That's it. You'll die, but on the way out, you'll have a
One more
great
thing.
time.
You will feel amazing.
Fuck off.
And you're Mr. One Takeover. Fucking mastering that promo now.
It's video now.
No!
New Scott Adventures, take
You
2.
are my sunshine.
What's up, JP?
What up? How about you sing some Ain't No Sunshine by DMX? How about that? Do you even know who DMX is? Or
Stop!
what? Do you know what that song is?
We? Now watch me wear it.
Sing the lyrics.
Watch me in it.
Sing the lyrics. Ain't No Sunshine.
What?
Oh, wait, that's you. It's it.
Oj, vad ska vi? Oj. Hashtag.
No, I don't know.
Buy a Chantal shirt. What's up, Jeffrey?
The other half.
No, the other half's okay with it too. Yeah, I don't think.
Is it? Whoops.
My song's better.